Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you kind of in the middle of the road of a conversion and a repair. This is HG's telephone, and this is the post office, German post office telephone. And we've done some earlier videos on this telephone, but HG always sends in these really cool German post office telephones, and he's sent some green ones in the past, and then this is the red one. And basically this red one, although it looks a lot like the green ones, it's a 16 key on the keypad. And I talked to HG about some of these extra buttons. I know up here on top we have a hold, and then the third one down is our redial. But then there's another one here. I'm going to try to get the glare off. There's another one here that basically is an arrow, like kind of in a diamond, and then there's an R at the very bottom. And this one, when you push it, you can't access the keypad no more until you hang up. And then he said he believed that the R was for maybe a conference call or something like that. I'll try to share some of that information with you later, but he kind of went over what he thought maybe both of them were, the extra ones. Ideally, he wanted one of these extra buttons that we're not going to use to turn on and off a bell that we're going to install in this telephone. And because he has a piezo buzzer sitting here, and I have that loose. The problem with this piezo buzzer is there's a volume control on here, a potentiometer. And the problem with this is it's all one piece, and so when you take this piezo buzzer out of place, where you would normally have on the side of the phone, where you would normally have this sitting, it would be your piezo buzzer adjustment. Well, since it's all one piece and it only gets screwed down in one spot, because it's kind of bracketed in, then we have a hole in the phone here. So we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do there. We're either going to, we'll talk to HG about it, leave it blank, because our bell's going to be installed in somewhere in this area. But we also have to worry about our PC board back here, because it's just laying loose right now. So anyway, there's just some issues. We're down to the bell issue right now, and ideally he wanted maybe a button to turn the bell on and off. But the problem with that is if you look at this keypad, what we'd have to do on the keypad is compromise these little, we'd have to cut every one of these little tabs off that's kind of melted down. So basically we have to cut all of these, which is not a big issue. We could cut them off and peel the dial pad apart. But do we really want to compromise the keypad and figure out a way to put all this back together again? Because once you take these apart, if you had to take them apart to repair the inside of the keypad, that'd be one thing. But to compromise them for a switch, like an on and off switch for the bell, we'd have to drill a hole in the keypad. We'd have to cut all these out, peel the keypad apart, try to find a switch, and then drill a hole and add the switch, because we have to do a manual switch on here. And what I've come up with is it really wouldn't be feasible, because there's not really a lot of travel here in these buttons. So you're talking about a switch that you would push in, and it would stay in, and then you'd push it again and turn it back on. So to weigh everything out, it just doesn't seem feasible to do all that work and tear the keypad apart just for an on and off switch here for the bell. It would be an ideal situation but I think you would have more to lose by tearing up the keypad and tearing it apart and trying to insert that bell switch here on the keypad. Now, it's a good ideal, but it's just not as feasible as it is a good ideal, really. So anyway, we've got a few things to figure out. I'm going to do a few checks on this telephone. We were also able, like I showed in an earlier video, here's your piezo buzzer. In an earlier video, I said, well, if we could save this long line cord that comes factory with this telephone, and it came with it, that we would add a modular port or a modular plug to this line cord, and so you could simply just plug the original cord in, and we were able to do that. So now his original line cord that came with the telephone has a modular plug on it, and we can simply plug it in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to plug it in, and that accessed the line. I'm going to remove the cover here for a second. So now that the line is accessed, everything is loose here, but our hook switch here, you can see it sees the analyzer. So we know we have dial tone. And now the board is configured to dial out in tone. So now we have our tone. And there's your star, 0, pound. So star and pound. Star and pound. And then I'm going to go back to a 2. So now what happens is you can hang the telephone up, and then this button here with the dual circles is redial. So now we have our tone, touch tone. So we're well on our way to a final repair here, and we're going to try to figure out how we're going to do the switch, if we're going to put a switch for the bell on and off in the back here, or try to put some type of a switch here where we have our hole that the piezo buzzer potentiometer to turn it up and down filled. So basically we're going to have to figure something out, and HG might have an idea of what he wants to do, but we do have this hole here, and we have to take the piezo buzzer out because we have to be able to install the bell, and the bell's going to sit basically where the piezo buzzer sat. So it's just one of those things of figuring everything out. We reconfigured the line cord on the plugs that we wanted, and so that's all been taken care of. So we're pretty much into finishing this telephone up, and we're going to try to do a final checkout video of this telephone when we can get a chance and finish it off, because what's going to happen here is we have to figure out what we want to do with the bell and put everything back together again and mount the bell and add the switch, and this telephone will be finished up. It's really a cool telephone. I like the color a lot, and it's got a nice deep red to it, and it's just a great telephone. So we'll get it squared away, and in the meantime we may end up speaking with HG, or he can email us or something if he has any ideals after he sees this video about how he might want to handle the switch in the back, or maybe a switch here where the hole is left over from our piezo buzzer volume control. So anyway, it's all working out and everything's fine, and he's got touch tone now. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.